Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I am doing my election prediction as of the 25th of August 2020. Now a lot has changed since my last video. I am sorry for not uploading in that time. I'm sure many of you are so upset with that. But yeah, I'm back now. I'll be uploading videos as usual. I'll try and get 2-3 a week maybe. I'll do my best to, and I will do my election prediction. So first of all, you have the safe states. I do think Oregon will be safe this year. A lot of the third party vote will go to Biden in my opinion, and Oregon will breach the 15% mark, which my margins are 5 to 15 is safe. No, 5 to 15 is likely. Anything above 15 is safe. 1 to 5 is lean, and below 1% is tilt. So the safe states are these states. They're standard. The American electorate isn't going to change. It's going to be this either way, likely. Which is kind of a shame that it's going to be like this, but that's how the first past the post system works in each state. Just whoever wins the popular vote wins the state. I will be putting South Carolina in likely, as well as Alaska. However, none of the others, not Missouri, Montana, any of that, or Mississippi or Alabama. I do think South Carolina will be likely, though, with the increased African American turnout, and Joe Biden will probably get it below 15% in Alaska as well. Now, the popular vote has changed a lot, the national average. It's kind of plateaued a bit around the sort of around the 7-point mark, which is still a very big lead. I do expect it to tighten up, however, come election day. But this is as of now, and obviously Biden is leading by 7.6. So I will be doing this based on a 7.6 lead in the electorate. So in the state of Nevada, I think Joe Biden will have that as likely. It was quite close in 2016, decently close, but it will trend to the left in my opinion. Polls definitely underestimate Democrats in this state, but it's pretty solid for Biden. He will need to spend some money there for ads. However, they're pretty locked down. Similarly with Colorado and New Mexico, they went to Hillary Clinton and are expected to go even further left in a couple of elections, 2028. So if things stay as they are, I could definitely see them going safe for the Democrats, which would be great for them as it's more safe electoral points they don't have to worry about. Similarly with Virginia, northeastern Virginia is definitely carrying the Democrats there. The Republicans lost their northeastern vote in the suburbs, and Joe Biden is an establishment Democrat and definitely will help him up there near DC. This is with Kamala Harris as well. I have recognised that just because they're not up there. This is with their VP choices as well. It won't affect Trump's campaign much because Mike Pence is pretty boring. I'm not going to lie. He's a very unenthusiastic character, similar to Biden pretty much, just is Trump's VP. So next I'll go on to the state of Arizona, which I'm actually going to put in the lean, tilt column for the Democrats. I've characterized it as lean before, however I'm changing my mind now because of... Wait, where's Arizona? Am I blind? Sorry about this. Let's go to Arizona. As you can see here, Biden's lead has definitely narrowed up, and I think come election day this will definitely be close. I don't think Democrats will be able to win by a substantial margin, so I will think it will be a tilt. It'll be similar to like Michigan or Wisconsin or Pennsylvania in 2016. It'll be about 0.5 margin in Arizona in favor of the Democrats, and I've no longer put that in the lean column. It has definitely got closer in that state. However, contradictory, I am putting Minnesota into the lean column. I've had it in likely before, however it will be narrowed up. I do think a lot of the rioting in Minnesota isn't helping the Democrat cause anymore. Initially the George Floyd riots definitely did, or protests, sorry, not riots. But however, there has been rioting. I'm not saying it all is, it's mostly peaceful protesting. However, that isn't helping, and the state's decision to defund the police or abolish the police will definitely turn out Republicans. So I do think Joe Biden will win it by about 4 points, but won't be a likely margin like I've characterized it before. It will be lean. Next, we shall do Nebraska second. I expect Trump to carry this by a lean margin. I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know too much about Nebraska second, but I do think Trump will carry this district. Similarly with Nebraska's Maine second, I think he will carry it by a likely margin. I don't think Joe Biden will have enough of a Obama appeal to win back the voters. A swing from Obama to Trump was huge, and I just think that Trump's effect on that will leave Maine second district as Republican for many elections to come into the future. I think Trump's impact up here in Maine will definitely ripple out, and it will stay Republican as long as it's a Trump ideology for many elections to come. Oh, West Virginia, sorry, I forgot about that. Forgot to characterize that for the Republicans. That was not on purpose, that was just a mistake. Next, we shall go on to Iowa. I think will be likely Iowa. It went for Trump by a pretty substantial margin in 2016, and it will narrow up a bit, but not below 5%. I don't think Biden really has a big appeal to the voters in Iowa. I think Trump will definitely hold on to it for a while. And despite, say Joe Biden does win by a 7-point margin in the national popular vote, Iowa would still go to Trump by probably a likely margin, which is crazy because of how concentrated votes are. But Iowa, in my view, will go to Trump by a likely margin. Unlike Ohio, which I will put in the lean margin for the Republicans, I usually characterize Iowa and Ohio together, as in both likely states. However, I'm changing that now. Ohio has definitely tightened up a bit. Biden will definitely make plays for Ohio. I don't think he should invest too much there, but I think he's up right now in the polls by 1.8 or 0.8 on 538, but I don't think it'll be enough come election day. Trump has had, again, similar to Maine second, too big an impact in Ohio, winning it in 2016, and I think that he will retain that almost guaranteed come election day in November. And with North Carolina, I will put in tilt Republican. I've characterized it as Democrat before, however, North Carolina I don't think will flip this election. It will narrow up from 2016. It's like 3.7 in favor of Trump. However, I think it will get closer, almost guaranteed. I reckon about 0.8, 0.9%. I don't think Joe Biden will carry it. If you look at the polls, he has definitely fallen. Trump is now winning. He had a big lead here and is plummeted since. I don't think he will retain this. I don't think he will recover this lead. It's very possible he does, however I do not believe he will. I think Trump will only expand on his lead here, and come election day, even if Biden is up in the polls, I think Donald Trump will win. It'll be similar to Michigan if Biden is up in North Carolina in 2016. But I do think Trump will carry North Carolina. Maybe if Kamala Harris runs in 2024 and runs it there, she could win it from Mike Pence, because Mike Pence is very unenthusiastic. He's a very bad candidate for the Republicans to field, in my opinion. But I do think North Carolina will go to the Republicans in this election. With Georgia, I will put in the lean column. Definitely with Kamala Harris on the ticket and everything that's gone on this year, there'll be increased African American turnout and minority turnout in Georgia. I do not think it'll be enough for the Democrats, however, and I do think it will narrow to probably around 3 points, but not enough to characterize as tilt or to go to the Democrats. He should definitely put a little bit of funding here, just as a sentimental let's try for it, but definitely shouldn't focus much of his time in Georgia. I remember in 2016 Hillary Clinton spent some time in Missouri and it was pretty much wasted, to be honest. And going with Georgia, similarly in Texas, I'll put in the lean column, not tilt. Biden was winning in Texas at one point, however Trump will win Texas. The Democrats were underestimated in 2016. However, Texas is a Republican state at the moment and will retain that in 2020. I think Joe Biden, again, similar to Georgia, should make a play for it, but not invest too much of his time there, because 2024, 2028, it will probably go to the Democrats anyway, as it is trending leftward. I'm predicting around 3 to 4 points, maybe just below 5 in the state of Texas, but yeah, it won't go to Joe Biden this election, so he really should focus on the Rust Belt and Arizona. Now we'll go on to New Hampshire, which I'm characterizing as lean for Joe Biden. He definitely has a better appeal with the people there than Hillary Clinton did, so it won't be as tight a margin. I definitely think he will pick it up. He'll expand it. He won't get it into likely. I think New Hampshire would definitely always be a swing state like this. It won't go too far either way consistently because of its population there. But I do think Joe Biden will expand on the lead and get to a lean margin. So here we are with 75 toss-up votes, and Joe Biden 243 and Trump at 220. So first we shall do the state of Michigan, which I am most confident in characterizing as lean for the Democrats. I do think it'll be about 1.2 points in my opinion. I think it'll be around that margin. Minnesota about 4 points, so they aren't very close in points, but Michigan will definitely be closer. But I do think he will breach the 1% mark there, and he will get the turnout in Detroit that he needs, and other cities that he needs that Hillary Clinton just didn't get out in votes. And hopefully, if he campaigns there a lot and spends a lot of money there, which he is doing, Trump has withdrawn funding from Michigan and Pennsylvania in ads. So I think these two states will definitely go to Joe Biden, and similarly with Pennsylvania, I think Joe Biden will pick it up, especially with increased turnout in Philadelphia and eastern Pennsylvania in general. There will definitely be a lot more people coming out to vote for Joe Biden. Trump has withdrawn ad spending for the time being there. In Pennsylvania, he's almost giving up on it. I do think it will be more in favor of Joe Biden than Arizona. However, they will be tilt. I don't feel comfortable putting Pennsylvania into the lean column just yet. The polls have Biden up by 6. However, if you look at Wisconsin in 2016, the swing went all the way to Trump. So I do think, I'm not saying Pennsylvania will swing to Trump, I'm just saying it will narrow down, but Joe Biden will end up picking up the state of Pennsylvania. And I'm also putting Wisconsin into tilt. It will be closer than in Pennsylvania, but again, I'm not comfortable putting in a lean margin. It was 6.5 up for Hillary in 2016, swung to 0.7 in favor of Trump. However, polls are more accurate, which is why instead of swinging at 6.5 in favor of Trump, I am putting it in the tilt column for Biden. However, I do think all these states will narrow up because polling is not 100% accurate, and there will be a swing in favor of Trump come election day in these states, as they always seem to underestimate Republicans here. However, they will all go to Joe Biden in my opinion. And now we go on to the state of Florida, which I am also giving to Joe Biden by a lean or tilt. It's lean / tilt. I'll put it in the tilt column. Florida is never going to stray too far from the tilt column. It did for Trump. It went to him for 1.2%. So it does underestimate Republicans in this state. In fact, I am going to put it in the lean column. I think that Joe Biden is up by about 5 points in Florida, I believe. Last time I checked, he is up by 4.8. Trump has had a massive increase, but Joe Biden is keeping it around the 50% mark, winning a majority in the state, pretty much guaranteed, no matter how close Trump gets up here. If he's above 50, he wins the state. And I do think Joe Biden will win it come election day, probably by about just above 1 point in favor of Joe Biden. So here is the final electoral map in my election prediction as of Tuesday, the 25th of August 2020. it's definitely changed a lot. States like Arizona has tightened up for the Democrats. Michigan I'd put more safe. Florida more safe. North Carolina to the Democrats. But it is shifting. All the states are shifting differently. Some are getting more in favor of Trump. North Carolina, Arizona. Some are getting more in favor of Biden. Florida, Michigan. And it will be definitely interesting to see which states come election day, which I will be watching, of course, will be going which way, and I definitely think it will be close come election day. So my final prediction is 318 to 220. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you'd like to suggest any videos, please do. My Senate prediction will come out soon. I can't guarantee when. I've got to do my research on all the Senate seats and what's up in play and all that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.